Welcome back. This is episode 2 of my channel. So I woke up very early the other morning and had this sudden impulse to draw. And I was pulling out a pen and paper and my colored pencils and just was going at it. I felt like something was moving through me, that it wasn't completely me, and it was very thoughtless. I was just very much in the flow. And what I ended up drawing was a person with chakras. So I decided that I was going to make a video about the chakra system and what the chakras are and how they govern the rest of the body. Whether or not you choose to believe it, our life experience is comprised of energy. Energy is flowing through us, around us. It makes up the objects that we see in our everyday life. On an anatomical level, solid objects are actually not solid. The energy pulls atoms together to create molecules, which makes up structures. So even the human body, which is comprised of atoms, makes up molecules, which makes up our structure. So even though we appear to be solid, we are actually full of space. And in the spaces between is energy. Energy flows through us. It governs our body's systems, and it allows for us to engage with our life experience. In addition, when we interact with our reality, with other people, we are constantly exchanging energy with the things that we come into contact with the people that we come into contact with as well. Within the human body, there are many channels. For this video, I'm going to talk specifically about the chakras, the 7 chakras that align the spine of the body. It goes back to this picture that I drew of the woman sitting and meditating. We have channels that extend out this way as well, and that makes up our auric field. And as a Reiki practitioner, anybody that does energy work can have a client lay on a table, hover their hands above, and actually you can be trained to feel the different layers that make up the auric field. And you'll actually feel the stopping point between each layer before you move on to the next one. It's quite interesting. The concept of the chakra system has actually been around for quite a bit of time. It's first noted in the 1500 BCE. The word chakra is Sanskrit for wheel or turning, because the chakras themselves are like a vortex of energy. The energy flows in a certain direction. When the chakras are not operating effectively, it could be the result of a couple different things. Take, for example, the throat chakra. So if someone is having difficulty speaking how they feel, then they might have this presentation where they're kind of closed off, rounded. They're not standing up tall and confident. They easily get sore throats or colds in the throat area, congestion. Their muscles clench up really tight, the throat muscles, and specifically the SCM, the scalenes, they tend to like enclose around the throat area. So how do chakras become close? There are many different factors that can contribute to that. One could be bottling emotions, storing trauma in their body, haven't released the trauma, haven't processed feelings, drinking alcohol, drinking caffeine. Really tight muscles can close off the energy flowing through channels. Poor boundaries, that can close off channels. Fluorite can close the third eye, making someone less intuitive and prevent the dreams from reaching consciousness. That's Banjo in the background, whining. Banjo's my dog, by the way. When one of the chakras is blocked, it can impact the auric field and actually affect the reality that one is experiencing. The reality that you're experiencing is trying to provide opportunities for you to open up different regions of your body. So if you are experiencing a blockage in your sacral area, the universe might be providing experiences to you that mirror that blockage. As in, you might have certain circumstances come up in regards to relationships, because the sacral chakra is all about creativity and relationships. So a lot of the blockages there have to do with unresolved relationships between people. So the universe might be mirroring back to you through a person in your life experience a situation that you need to resolve within yourself. And until you do that, the blockage will remain. There are also physical ways to remove blockages. Just by releasing certain muscles can help to release the energy that's stagnant in that region. So the energy, when the channel is locked up, it gets stuck in that region of the body, and it's basically stored there until it's released. So one who has very many blocked chakras might be feeling heavier energetically and not know why. It's common that a person will have a particular experience occur in their reality and that they choose not to change their response to it, or choose not to look internally as to what is being mirrored to them with this current experience. So a lot of the times we will, instead of deciding to go internally and sinking into ourselves and seeing what lesson there is in this experience, we tend to either run away from our feelings, run from the situation, and then we end up finding ourselves in a very similar situation with a different person or a different job, but the same vibrational feeling of the previous experience. And it's a pattern that we face in our lives until we see the pattern and see what the mirror is telling us about ourselves. Your reality is regularly mirroring to you situations for you to look inside of yourself and to grow. Things aren't happening to you, they're happening for your evolution, for your growth. So if you take each situation that you encounter, especially the challenging ones, as an opportunity to look inside of yourself and to see where your blockages might be, you will begin to align with the person that you decided to come to Earth to be. Each of us are here for a particular reason, and we all have a special set of skills that we can tap into when we align with the most authentic version of ourselves. But we can't align with the authentic version of ourselves if we're blocked in our energy channels. So this is why meditation is so important, because it gives the individual a chance to sit and be with themselves, and it also allows the energy to flow up through the ground and down through the crown. So you gain energy from the physical plane through the root chakra, and it travels up. You have also gaining energy from the ethereal planes, and it travels through your crown and down. So the chakras, they make up triangles, and actually the root, sacral, and solar plexus make up the triangle on the lower side, and it points downward. So it pulls up energy from the root, from the physical plane, into the center of the being. The higher chakras, the crown, throat, and third eye, I skipped that one, sorry, pull energy from the moon, the sun, and even the weather, the cosmos, downward into the physical body in that direction. So a lot of us are operating from down here, where we're making decisions out of desire and want rather than need and alignment. The sacral chakra is all about sex and creativity and relationships with other people. So if people are predominantly functioning in these lower chakras with ego, relationships and sex and environment, and they're not pulling their energy upwards, then when you have intimate relations with people, the energy between the two people spirals between these three chakras of yours and the other person, but the energy has the ability to travel up. We can actually establish deeper connections with our partner when we learn to navigate the energy up into the higher chakras, especially into the heart. That is where intimacy can be really potent if we can make it there. Otherwise, the energy is just being exchanged between our root, sacral, and solar plexus and our partner's root, sacral, and solar plexus. And it's not able to move up to the center of compassion, the center of communication, and then, the intuition and the crown. So we're actually not reaching our full potential as to the cosmic exchange of energy that we could be having in our intimate relationships, and most especially when in regard to sex, and even when it comes to friendship. A lot of us are operating with our lower chakras, but we have much more potential than that. So if one can train themselves to harness the energy that's coming from this direction all the way up to the crown, which you can, there are techniques, so Kundalini yoga, and also certain breathing techniques, visualization, fire gazing. There are many techniques which I'm going to be going into in later videos. When all the chakras are open efficiently, the energy can pull up to the heart chakra from below the lower chakras, and then also downward through the higher chakras and meet in the heart center. And that's when we are deeply connected to our life experience. We have a rich connection to the life that's before us, and we are more present, and we are able to align with better versions of ourselves, the version of ourselves that we were meant to be as we incarnated into this existence. We'll be talking about each chakra individually in future videos, starting with the root chakra. I'm going to discuss different ways to open the chakra, different various forms that it's blocked, techniques that can help to regulate and maintain an open chakra there. And I hope that it's very educational for everybody. I am having a blast exploring it again myself. These are things that I've studied over the years and just as a hobby, but it slowly became my career, and it's very interesting. So I've been trained as a Reiki master. In some of my training, we did specifically on chakra healing and psychic surgery, which is pulling energetic blockages out of the chakras. So I have some experience with that. There are techniques to open the intuition center, including acupressure. I'll be talking about that in one of my soon upcoming videos. So I'm very pleased to share this information with you. I hope that it's informative, and please feel free to leave comments, and if you find this information pertaining to your life that you feel like it could be helpful to you, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next episode.